last load for today.
Yeah, nah.
We'll leave it as that. Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. As you might be able to see behind me, we have got the silage trailer on. We are not on silage, nor are we on umbilical, but we are cleaning sheds out. Now what we're cleaning out this morning is the dry cows. These are the close-up dry cows, so we have a pen for far-offs, which are sand cubicles, and then when they're due to calve in and come up into the close-ups, they go into a straw pen. Now this is the pen here. We do have a bit of a mixed match at the minute with a few sucklers and a few of the calves that are still on the cows, but this is where the close-up dry cow pen is. Now we aim to try and clean this shed out every 2 to 3 weeks. Now we was hoping to be on slurry this week with the umbilical, clean out that tower that I took all the slurry to and spread some slurry here at home, but unfortunately the weather is not playing ball again. Now the forecast was looking good, but it keeps changing day in day out, and I think we're just not going to bother. We walked the fields there yesterday to try and see if we could even spread some fertiliser, and it was still really wet underfoot, so without making a mess we thought we'd leave it, and hopefully the weather will come right at some point. In this dry cow pen here, we move the cows in here 2 weeks before calving. We also give them a dry cow roll to give them any minerals they're needing before they're due to calve in. Now touch wood, for a long time we haven't had any problems with cows retaining cleansing or any problems afterwards, so what we're doing at the minute seems to be working. We are feeding them haylage bales as well, which is a nice bit of belly fill for them, low energy, and yeah, they seem to be calving in really nice at the minute. Once I've got the telehandler back, I'll start cleaning the shed out. What I'll probably do is load up one load and then take the rest of the dung, stick it outside the shed and move it so the dry cows can come back in the shed and they're not standing around for too long. So what I'm going to do now is go get a bucket so I can clean the water troughs out, and then when the telehandler's free, we'll crack on. The umbilical kit's sat there waiting to be used. Now some of you are probably wondering why we use a silage trailer to use as a dung trailer to clean the sheds out with. Now we did used to have a dung trailer, but that has seen better days, so to save any hassle we just use the silage trailer and give it a good wash out after to stop any dung rotting it out, as that I think is where we went wrong with the old trailer. Right, Ollie's finished with the telehandler, so that means we can get on. Right, we're in the telehandler now. We will start cleaning the dry cows out. Like I say, we like to try and do this every 2 to 3 weeks. It's just over 2 weeks since we last done it, and we have recently just put a load in there, so there is more in here now. So no better time to give it a fresh start and a fresh set of sheets now. So yeah, before these calve in, then have a nice clean bedding. I know admittedly at the minute the bedding is hanging. Obviously we haven't straw chopped because we knew we was going to clean it out, so it's pointless wasting straw if you're going to be taking it back out again. So yeah. Now up until a few years ago, this was the only shed that had a concrete floor. My God, was it a dream to clear out compared to all the other sheds that only had a stone floor where you'd dig up stones if you weren't careful. This shed is an absolute delight, especially now with concrete panels all around the outside. Yeah, it's made the job so much easier. Luckily in this shed we have young stock now, because we have increased cow numbers. We almost do need a designated dry cow shed. There is a position I'd like to put a dry cow shed which would really suit the robot system where that's placed. Within time I'm sure that will happen. It's nice to have ideas on how you want to progress. For the meantime this will have to keep doing what it is for us, but so it's quite well. It's nice having the calves right beside, so you haven't got far to move them, but it would be nice to have the dry cows closer to the robots, so when they do calve in you haven't got to walk them from one side of the yard to the other, so they can go be milked. You make do with what you got. That's what we've had to do now for a very long time. Phone call. Hello. Now a nice thing about this shed as well, we also have concrete panels going right around the outside. Now this makes it good for several reasons. So whether you had an outbreak of a disease, whether that's from starlings coming in the winter spreading stuff, or ringworm, concrete panel walls make it really nice and easy to get over that, and nice and easy to wash. And once they're clean, whereas dung boards, 9 times out of 10 it will always still stick within the wood, and dung boards only have a certain lifespan, whereas obviously your concrete panel walls, until you crack them or do something to them to break them, they'll be here forever. So yeah, they do cost more initially, but I don't think you'd ever catch me putting dung boards back in instead of concrete panels, because they are just so easy. Such big lengths. Yeah, they are big and annoying to actually manoeuvre to start with, but yeah, fantastic. Just cleaning up a few of the little fiddlies. Shed needs to be about 10 foot wider and you'd be able to fly around in it. It is a bit awkward, but if you made it too wide you obviously wouldn't be able to straw chop right to the back, whereas at the minute we can reach with a straw chopper and it will blow the forward distance. Now one thing about this telehandler, it has so much pushing power, there's not many things it won't stop for. This is the second one we've had and we get on really well with them. Dealer backup, second to none, can't fault with it at all. And that alone I think will probably be a good reason why we stick with them and keep using the class telehandlers. Because at the end of the day, dealer backup is so important. And if we haven't got this to feed up in the morning, then it's no good to us. Right, silage trailer's full, to the point where I don't want to put any more dung in it. So what I'll do now is I'll dump this dung, cleaning out the shed just to finish off in the pile outside the shed. This will allow me to go clean out the shed fully. I'll then be able to bed the dry cows up and put them back in the shed straight away so they're not standing around waiting. Right, filled the trailer up, put the rest of the dung here outside the shed. I'll scoop that up in a bit. But we'll jump in the MX now, we'll go straw chopping. We'll bed them back up, put the dry cows back in, and they'll be good to go. Old Faithful. Woohoo! Fresh sheets! Right, as you can see, we just chucked some straw in. They're nice and bedded up now. Giving them a nice real thick base, so that'll hopefully keep them nice and dry. Some point today. God, fence screen takes so long. Nice. Right, we're off. Now, this dung here that I've got behind me and all the other stuff that's around there in the yard, that's going out into a field. Now this field that we're taking the dung to, hopefully, well, the plan is to try and grow some maize. It's a lot of maize we've grown up this part of the world where we live now. Back at our old dairy farm we used to grow maize every year, but we've never tried it up here, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But back to the slurry situation, the grass here beside me, we spread slurry on that there at the end of 25. It was on New Year's Eve when I was spreading this, and with the mild weather we've had, the grass has really jumped to the point where it's over the top of my welly and in some places up to my knee. Okie dokie. Right, so we're now at our off block of land. This is away from the farm. Right, the gateway is looking a little bit wet. When I say a little bit, I mean very, but if we do end up making a mess, like I say, we'll just plough it up and leave it as that. But we'll give it a go. Oh, right. Don't think I'm coming back over here again today. That was wet. No, I'm not doing that again. We managed to get the load tipped up and get rid of that, but yeah, I'm not coming over here and doing that again. Oh my god. Right, now what's led to that absolute catastrophe is probably the fact we was out wintering until, I think it was first week in December, we had cattle out. Now, the field is poached, but obviously you only need a few footprints to hold water, and then that's that. So yeah, that's probably not helped the situation. But yeah, I'm not doing that anymore, and I can't be bothered to drag an awful load of mud out onto the road either. So I've got enough room back at home to keep holding and store it, so I'll store it back home, and then when it is actually dry enough, I will then bring it over. But we've had a go, hasn't gone to plan, but these things happen. But anyway, that'll do for today's video. If you haven't already, please be sure to go like, comment, subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot. And if you haven't already, go watch my other videos. Stay posted with what I get up to. And hopefully, not too long, spring will actually arrive and we can get on with some proper tractor work. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Right, wind's coming, rain's coming. Just giving the trailer a wash off. Keep it nice and tidy.